Welcome here live to Platt Arena as your Huntington University Foresters look to take on the Judson University Eagles. Hi everyone, I'm Logan Hunt and this is alongside me Cody Smith. We've been calling the past few games for you this whole tournament all day long on this Saturday. And the Huntington University Foresters are 1-1 on the day, coming off an exhilarating 5-set win over the Roosevelt University Lakers. Cody, go ahead and just run us through what happened necessarily in that 5-set win over Roosevelt.
Well, they lost the first, or they won the first one 25 or 27-25. They lost the next one 25-20, and then won the next one 25-18, and then eventually that would prevail to 25-20, and then last one 15-9.
So it was a great overall performance as this crowd really got into it. Now we're down to the very last game for the Foresters. I'd say we'll be taking on the Judson University Eagles, who lost 3 sets to nothing to Asbury just about half an hour ago. And we're getting underway soon for what should be an exciting very last match for these two squads. We'll be back soon. This is FDN Sports on Forster Digital Network. Welcome back to Platt Arena, where we are getting ready to get underway for this third and final game for the Lady Foresters. I'm Logan Hunt. This is Cody Smith alongside me, and our Lady Foresters look ready to go and to take on the Judson University Eagles out of Illinois. Judson is a very powerful squad. We saw them push Asbury to the test, even though they lost in 3 sets. They were close sets where it was 25-23 for most of the sets. It was very close, and I expect to see a lot of intensity brought from both sides of the net. So it looks like we'll be getting underway here shortly. Going to be teeing off for the Judson Eagles. It will be Natalie Ricka, the 5'9" freshman from Crystal Lake, Illinois, and away we go. Cruz going hard on that left side. Nothing there yet. Cruz will try it again. Simonelli all right there to clean it up, though. And there's the first points on the board for the games. Josie Beaver already exerting herself as a threat. We saw her with 4 key blocks in that 5th and final set. She completely set the tone for the Foresters.
One of the keys to victory for the Foresters would be to start fast and stay focused and build the momentum first and set the tone.
And it looks like there that Taylor Lesnar, the senior, got a little too antsy there. Couldn't quite keep that one in for the Eagles. Point going to the Foresters. Cruz is back to serve now. And Grace Smith, the 6'4" sophomore, is able to just push that one right over. Being 6'4" has to be such an advantage out there on the volleyball court. Now we have Kara Tyrell, 5'7" sophomore, serving for the Eagles. And Ross with a fantastic hit there. Rose just completely took that ball down.
Try to keep the momentum on our side here, Logan.
Great flip over there by Jennifer Donnell, 5'10" freshman from Ohio. Or excuse me, from Illinois. She's one of the heavy hitters for this Eagles squad that the Forsters are definitely going to have to watch out for. Simonelli, the libero, back to serve now. Mallers getting in on the action on the opposite side, putting a nice hit in there herself, as Donnell and Smith couldn't quite handle it. As now we see Hubby and Girlwell entering the game. Beaver and Pizzo will take a seat for the Foresters. It's Donnell with a nice strike going off the hands of Girlwell and out of bounds. Point going to the Eagles.
Early in this matchup, it's pretty even so far.
Lesnar with the serve, and Medic couldn't quite handle that one. It goes out of bounds. We're tied up at 4 early in this first set. Lesnar again with the serve. And that one goes right into the net, as Foresters now get that point. So now we see Cruz come in for Rose. It's Cobb going to serve it away. Mallers again on that opposite side, and that one will drop for her, as Tyrell couldn't quite get her fingertips on it and get it up. Nice spike there. Cobb keeping it short. Cruz, great job keeping that into play. Girlwell got a hand on that one. Maller's going opposite side, and that one's going to go out. Couple substitutions now for the Judson Eagles. As we see Bartolome serving. Cruz on that left side, not there. Bartolome covers it up. Brianna Todd, the senior from California, strikes that one in. As we saw her play against Asbury, and she was a huge factor at the net for Judson. That time, Todd had a little too much on it and hit that one out of bounds. So now we have Audrey Mallers exiting the game, and for her will be Katie Depew. Depew now back to serve for the Foresters. They hold a 7-6 lead. Todd getting stuffed at the net there by Girlwell.
That was a nice hustle, but wasn't enough.
Say Kate copped her by to the ground and couldn't quite get a hold on that one. Great spike there by Judson. So now we'll have Molly Studer, one of 3 seniors on this Judson squad, back to serve from the left side. Todd again going strong, but Depew's there with the dig. And that pushover will go out of bounds by Smith. That point's going to Huntington. So now we'll see the usual Beaver Pizzo combo come in for Gurwell and Hubby. See Pizzo back now with the serve. Good serve there by Pizzo. Todd with a nice strike of herself. Pizzo setting up Medic on the outside. Good job there by Judson to keep it going. Depew with a great dig there on the Lesnar hit. And Grace Smith just too big for Kate Cobb to get over. Grace Smith's 6'4". You can feel her presence in the center of that court. So now we'll have Natalie Rica, 5'9" freshman from Crystal Lake, Illinois, serving it off. And that Grace Smith spike will go out of bounds. And point going to the Foresters. As we'll see Brittany Rose come in for Kate Cobb. Kelsey Cruz back to serve now. Nice block there by Beaver. And Judson can't handle the rejection. Point going to the Foresters.
That might be the momentum shift that the Foresters need to take over this game.
Josie Beaver just picking up where she left off a few hours ago.
That was a nice hustle.
As we see Kate Cobb come back in now for Kelsey Cruz. Kara Tyrell back to serve for Judson. Forsters hold a 10-9 lead. Rose with a thunderous smack that Simonelli can't get a hold of. That one's going out of bounds. Point to the Foresters. Audrey Mallers is going to enter the game now for Katie Depew. Cobb with a great dig there, keeping it alive from the Lesnar smack. And Grace Smith, it's almost unfair with her size. She can just smack it right over without even jumping.
Thinking whenever coach calls a timeout, I think that we should use bigger lineups to help utilize the size and take advantage of Grace Smith out there.
As now we're gonna have Simonelli now back to serve for Judson. Goes right at Medic. And Josie Beaver with a hard slam. Simonelli gets a good job keeping a hold of it. But Jennifer Donnell can't get it over the net. Point to the Foresters. Now we'll see Gurwell and Hubby enter the game for Beaver and Pizzo.
So we can spark a little run here, Logan.
Hubby back to serve now. Forster's up 2. What a great job there by Medic, keeping it alive. Cobb with a nice dig there. Miscommunication by Hubby and Gurwell, and who was getting it?
You gotta love the hustle, but you gotta communicate out there, Logan.
So it's just an unfortunate play there. Lesnar hits off. Hubby going to Gurwell right in the middle, and that's going straight down. Kelsey Cruz back in the game for Brittany Rose. It's Kate Cobb back to serve for the Foresters. They lead 13-11 halfway through this first set. And Cobb's serve goes right in the net. And that point's going to go to Judson.
Looks like she's just going to shrug that one off, Logan.
We see Todd and Bartholomew in the game for Donnell and Tyrell for Judson as Bartholomew back to serve. And that one just goes out. Close call, but good call by the referee. As Katie Depew will enter for Audrey Mallers. And Depew back to serve for the Foresters. And Grace Smith right there coming in now for Judson. We'll have Molly Studer getting this one off, gets a nice running hit. Pugh gets underneath that one. It's an awkward stance there by Taylor Lesnar as she hit that one into the net. And the Foresters, once again, we'll have a few substitutions. We'll have Gurwell and Hubby coming out with Beaver and Pizzo coming in. (15-13), the Foresters on top of the Judson Eagles. As this game just went a game of back and forth, with the Foresters up by 2 about the whole set so far. Nice dig there by Simonelli. And Medic tries hitting that one over, but to no prevail. Great tip over there by Natalie Rika for the Eagles, as the Foresters were not ready for that one at all. We'll have Rika back serving for the Eagles. And that one goes out of bounds. And the Foresters will get that point as Cobb exits.
Gotta get the easy points as you can get them, Logan.
Exactly. Rose comes in for Cobb here as Cruz gets that serve off. And Beaver again with a block up front. And again! 2 in a row now. And finally, Judson's able to get it past Josie Beaver. That was Taylor Lesnar just tipping it into the sweet spot to pull the Eagles within 1. Kara Tyrell now back to serve for Judson. Rose with a hard smack, but Smith right there on top of it with the block. Medic, nice hit in the middle of the court. So now have Audrey Mallers enter the game for Katie Depew. What a strike there by Lesnar. One of 3 seniors on this Judson team, and she takes control of that one.
This far in this first set, it's just going back and forth. Someone has to take control of this first set.
Most definitely. Simonelli with a great serve. Medic with an even better dig to keep Foresters alive. Rose hard on the left side, but it's blocked. Piezo going to Beaver in the middle, and you can't stop Josie Beaver. She just powers that one through.
In the first game today, Beaver struggled, but ever since the second game, third set, she's just really went off.
As that was Lesnar again, hitting that one off the fingertips of Rose and out of bounds for a point for the Eagles. Lesnar now to serve. Beaver goes right at Simonelli, who can't control it. And that point will go for the Foresters. Now we'll see Hubby and Gurwell in for Beaver and Pizzo.
One more good run, we can take the first set here, Logan.
Hubby with the serve. Calling Hubby for the double hit there. Point going to Judson.
A little miscommunication for the Forcers there, Logan.
Now cost him a point. So now we'll see Bartolome. Back to serve for the Eagles. Hubby to Gurwell. Gurwell launches that Bartolome. Eagles doing a good job keeping it alive there. Hubby going outside to Mallers. Mallers hits it off of Emily Jensen, the 6'1 freshman from Colorado. They'll go out of bounds. Point going to the Foresters. The Foresters have a 20-18 lead. And that will cause the Judson Eagles to take their first time out. Cody, I know you said it just a little bit ago, but it looks like the Foresters are getting really close to taking this first set. They took the first set in the previous match against Roosevelt. Do you think that the Foresters have what it takes to maybe take this first set and possibly take this in 3 sets?
I believe they do. I believe they use bigger lineups to take over the height advantage of just Grace Smith because she's the tallest one over there. So if we use more height, then we should be able to, prevail over them there.
I don't know if you noticed this, Cody, but I've noticed that these Foresters, they seem to have a little more pep in their step than they did from the very first game. It seems like that 5-setter with Roosevelt really kind of brought them to life. They've played tremendous this first half. They haven't rolled over at all. When it's gotten tough, when Judson's kind of hit them back, it seems like this is going to be a pound-for-pound heavyweight battle. Both teams throwing big punches, and it's been back-to-back the whole game, with the Foresters just holding this slight margin, and it looks like they might be able to hold it.
Like you said, with their win in the 5th set, I believe that boosted their confidence a lot, and they have all the momentum on their side right now early in the first set, or late in the first set. Let's see if we can prevail here with one more good run with Cobb serving and get this first set win.
Cobb back to serve, like you said, as the referees are getting just a few things set up. And we should be underway now. Jensen from the opposite side, getting it off the fingertips of Cruz and Gurwell. Now a roll in for her.
That was a good look, just wasn't there.
We'll have Molly Studer. Studer back to serve for the Eagles. I'll be setting up Mallers on the outside, and G just overshoots it by a tad bit, and we're tied at 20. Out of that timeout, we've talked about momentum so many times. It seems like the Eagles have picked it up just a little bit. Let's see if the Foresters can answer. Studer again. Going to get a nice running start here. Just getting over the net. Nice dig by Medic. And Mallers puts it right in the sweet spot. Nice answer there by Audrey Mallers to keep her Foresters ahead, as now she will exit and Katie Depew will enter. Foresters on top 21-20. Depew now with the serve. Cobb getting underneath that one. Todd again with a smack, again blocked by Gurwell. Todd gets right in the middle where no one's at. Hubby gets a hand on it, but it wasn't enough. It's a nice play there by the senior Brianna Todd and the Judson Eagles.
From the looks of it, this first set's just going to come down right to the wire.
Natalie Rika with the serve. Depew and Cobb both collide, but get it in. Good job there, good effort. Nice job there by Mitch, taking it off the second hit. Kind of fooling the Eagles a tad. They weren't ready for that. Good point there for the Foresters. Now Gurwell and Hubby will exit. Beaver and Pizzo in. Pizzo back to serve now for the Foresters. Foresters lead 22-21. Nice block there by Beaver. She immediately comes in and puts it down. As now we have a timeout called by the Judson Eagles. Like you said earlier, Cody, the momentum is huge. They're looking for the one last run. They're 2 points away. What exactly is it that you would like to see out of the Foresters and any lady in particular?
I would say just continue to utilize Beaver down there because she seems to be making her presence felt down there tonight.
I say if you can keep setting up Beaver, get the Pizzo Beaver combo, I think that'd be great. I think right now Huntington's where they are because of their defense so far.
Yeah.
We've seen them scrapping for the ball. They've never given up.
Blocking
They're the first,
everything.
Exactly, the first ones to the ground. They're blocking nearly anything that comes their way. Very few miscues on defense.
Yeah, just got to keep communicating and stay aggressive, and they should be able to prevail and get this first set.
We know what they say, offense gets you records, but defense wins you championships. So let's see if the Foresters can't pull out a win here. 2 more points for the set. Pizzo with the serve. Nice dig there by Bartolome. And Lesner goes long on that one. And the Foresters are faced with a set point. 24-21, looking to take this first set. Nice short serve there. So the Eagles just have to keep that one alive. There goes Beaver going long, not quite there. Lesnar gets blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Point to the Eagles. Be Kara Tyrell back to serve now for Judson. Forster still looking at a set point. Nice job there by Ricky saving that one. And
Probably should have let that one go, Logan.
Yeah, DePue maybe should have let that one slide. But the Eagles will not go away. 24-23. Tyrell again with the serve.
And stop him here.
Good dig there by top. And that's going to do it as Lesnar puts it into the net. And your Foresters take the first set, 25-23 against the Judson Eagles. We'll be back with more second set action right after this. This is the FDN Sports on the Forester Digital Network. Welcome back to Platte Arena as we're getting ready to get underway with this second set in the third and final match for the Huntington University Foresters. Our Lady Foresters won the first set here 25-23 against the Judson Eagles. I'm Logan Hunt, and alongside me I have my colleague and friend Cody Smith. And Cody, what would you like to see from this second set?
Just continue to execute and utilize their big size with Beaver up front and utilize her more. And they should be able to prevail here in the second set.
It's going to be a great one. And just remember, everyone, if you can't ever make it out to a game or listen to us on the live stream, you can always go to social media and follow FDN Sports. It's going to be at FDN_sports at Twitter and on Facebook at the Forester Digital Network. You see a great finish there by the Foresters, coming out strong in this second set, taking the first point. Pizzo now at the serve. Cobb with a great dig there, putting herself in prime position. Smith tries to hit it over, it's not there. Kelsey Cruz going strong on the left side. That was Donnell launching that one way out of bounds. Give the point to the Foresters. Pizzo back to serve.
That was a good attempt, just couldn't execute at that time, Logan.
Say, Beaver and Cruz both were right there, but Taylor Lesnar's hit was just a bit too strong. So now we see Simon Ellie back with the serve for the Eagles. Pizzo going opposite side to Medic, and they're going to say that there was a touch. And that point's going to go now to the Foresters. As we see Kate Cobb exit, and for her will be Brittany Rose for the Foresters. Cassie Cruz back to serve. Lesnar with a huge kill there.
Probably should have let that one go, Logan.
There's not much you can do about that when someone comes that strong, that's for sure. As Lesnar will serve off for Judson. Big block there by Beaver. Donnell can't quite get that one on the right side of the net. That point's going to go to the Foresters. Audrey Maller's into the game now for Katie Depew. Foresters off to a hot start. They lead 4-2. And Medic hits that one out of bounds. And the Eagles will get that one.
Just can't let easy points like that go away, Logan.
That is for sure. Bartolome now back to serve for Judson. Nice block there by Smith and the Eagles. Another great block. As Jensen hits that one just a bit too far. So now we'll see Hubby and Gurwell enter for Beaver and Pizzo. Hubby with the serve. Hubby couldn't quite get her fingertips on that one. Now we'll see Molly Stutter, one of 3 seniors on this squad, back to serve from the far left side. Rose with a big cock back. Nice strong hit there. Hubby read Smith's hit perfectly there. Nice move there for the Eagles to get that point. Coach Settle's letting them know what's going on. Tied at 5s now. Stutter back to serve. Cobb with a great dig there. And Rose with a standing kill. Nice shot.
See if we can spark a run here for the Foresters, Logan.
We'll see Cobb now back to serve for the Foresters. And she gets herself an ace. How about that? Putting her right in the dead spot. Nice call there by Coach Suttle. And Cobb puts that one in the net this time.
Well, too short on that one.
Natalie Rika now to serve for the Eagles. I'll be doing a good job keeping it alive. A huge slam by Kelsey Cruz, putting Bartolome to the floor. Nice dig there by Depew. Medic gets down right to Simonelli. Only gets one hand on it. Easy point there for the Foresters. They take a 9-6 lead.
Gotta get all the easy points you can get.
Definitely can't leave the easy ones out there. Smith tapping that over, but Cobb was reading it all the way. Cruz going hard at Smith. And that one goes out of bounds. Point to the Foresters. The Foresters have put a small amount of margin in between them and the Eagles. Up by 4 now. And Lesnar comes back strong. And Cobb can't quite control that one. See Kara Tyrell in with the serve. Nice serve there to Pugh. Going on the ground for it. Hubby and Cobb follow, but can't quite get it over together.
Tell you what, Logan, you gotta love the hustle, but you gotta be able to communicate and execute on that.
Hubby with setting Gerwell up just a little too far. Gerwell did all she could. We'll see Tyrell serving it again. Donnell, big hit there. Hubby going far to Cruz. It's it blocked by Smith, and that one's down and in for a Judson Eagle point. It's Tyrell back to serve again as we are tied at 10 now in this second set. Gerwell going hard at Smith. It gets blocked. Stays in though. We're still going as Cruz with a huge slam on that left side. And as my other colleague likes to say, that one was on cruise control. As now we have Gerwell and Hubby coming out, Beaver and Pizzo in. Pizzo back to serve for the Foresters. Lesnar with a hit, blocked by Beaver. Cobb keeping it alive. Although the Foresters couldn't quite capitalize that one, putting it in the net. that serve will go right into the net. Point going to the Forcers now as Cruz will be back to serve. Lesnar with a long hit, handled nicely by Cruz. Rose going even harder back at Judson. Medic gets it blocked by Jensen. And now we're tied at 12. We see Lesnar back to serve. And Depew lets it go. And it works out for her as that one goes long. As Depew will exit, for her be Audrey Mallers. Also coming in will be Sarah Vakala. She replaces Heather Medic. Vakala into serve. Donnell gets blocked by Beaver, but that one goes out of bounds. Point going to the Eagles. Eagles now the pair of substitutions themselves. So we'll see Bartolome with the serve. Rose with a hard hit, but Jensen right there to block it and keep it in. Point to the Eagles.
Forcers somehow have to find a way to stop the bleeding. Possibly a timeout coming up soon.
Nice little bit of trickery there by Natalie Rica. Just as you called, Cody, the Foresters are forced to take a timeout as they trail 15-13 as we're halfway through this second set. Cody, you wanted the timeout. Now, what would you say to your ladies?
I would say just stay focused. Just stay focused. Try to execute everything. Just be more aggressive, communicate out there, and try to prevail.
Like you said, they need to communicate a little better. Need to get probably a little bit more ball movement, get a little bit more under control with some of their shots. I mean, they've had some good looks, but right now, it seems that Emily Jensen, the 6'1 freshman, seems to be doing a great job for the Judson Eagles in blocking her. She's become their own little Josie Beaver that Huntington University is blessed to have. The size up front with Smith and Jensen is starting to affect the Foresters just a little bit.
Also, we need to find a way to utilize Beaver a little bit more and get her going again.
I absolutely agree. So we'll see Bartolome, 5'8" freshman from Wheaton, Illinois, back to serve for the Eagles as the Eagles lead 15-13. Beaver goes directly at Jensen, and Jensen was right there to smack it down from her. See Bartolome now with the serve. Short, great serve there. Nice dig by Vakala. Rose with a hard hit. And that one will fly out of bounds. Bartolome did all she could. Point to the Foresters. Now we'll see Gurwell and Hubby come in for Beaver and Pizzo. Hubby now back to serve. Great serve there by Emily Hubby. A nice little tap in there by Brianna Todd. Split the defense.
Still manageable for the Forcers if they continue to execute. But first we have to stop them here.
Wally Stutter gonna go with the serve. Mallers goes hard there, partially blocked by Smith. Mallers does a good job getting on top of it. Hubby does a good job getting it there. She just hits it back over. Force is gonna reset. Lesnar with a hard hit way out of bounds. That point's going to the Foresters. They've pulled back within 2 now. As we'll see Kate Cobb to serve. Todd gets a hit at the net. Cruz coming from the left side now. Foresters just couldn't quite keep that alive. Kind of a broken play there. As Natalie Regan could just kind of smile that one off. Rico back to serve for the Eagles. Cruz goes hard there, but Smith gets a hand on it. Todd just getting it over now. Cobb with a great hit from the back to give the Foresters another point. As we see Depew coming in for Mallers and Vocalo exit for Medic. Depew with the serve. Todd with a big hit, but no prevail. Medic gonna try to answer with one of her own. Depew gets a big save there. As Todd finally ends that rally with a spike. As Judson leads this one 19-16. We're getting to the tail end of the second set. Eagles on top by 3. As we see Kara Tyrell to serve. Medic with a great hit that Tyrell can't quite handle. So we'll see Beaver and Pizzo come in for Hubby and Gurwell.
Couple good runs, and Foresters may be able to prevail here in the second set.
Well, the first set was the Foresters ahead by 2 the whole time. Second set is the Eagles ahead by 2 the whole time. It's crazy how the tables can turn so quickly. Pizzo with the serve. Lesnar with a strong hit that Medic can't keep a hold of in play. I see Simon Alley now with the serve. Big hit there for the Foresters.
This could go either way at this point.
Cruz in now for Cobb. She's back with the serve. And Donnell is able to hit that one off of Cruz. And that'll be a point for the Eagles. The Eagles just pulling away just by a little bit. We'll see Lesnar with the serve. Good communication by the Foresters. Strong hit there by Rose to keep the Foresters in this one. So we see Vakala and Mallers both coming in. McHugh and Medic will exit. Vakala now to serve. Good serve. It's hard for Simon Elliott to keep. Donnell now will hit that one out. And we have a timeout called by the Judson Eagles as the Eagles lead this one 21-20. We're getting here at the end of the second set. How important is this second set for the Huntington Foresters, Cody?
I feel it's very important because if they go down here, their backs will be against the wall here in the third set, and their confidence will go down.
I say if the Foresters can pull off this second set, go up 2-love, then that would be definitely a confidence booster and a lot of momentum. Hopefully they can, kick the Judson Eagles while they're down. But if you give up this second set and all of a sudden it's, a tied volume at 1-1, then you're just going 3 sets, and you gotta like Judson's chances with you have Smith and Jensen down low. And that's a tough combo to stop, and it seems like they figured out a combination and a lineup that works against the Foresters in this second set. So you got to take this second set just even for a little breathing room if you're the Foresters.
Yeah, you can't let the Eagles get back in this. One more good run, they might be able to prevail and stop this.
So we have Donnell with a big hit. Makala is able to keep it in play. Smith will try her luck, and Beaver denies her at the net. She was just waiting for her up there. So now we're tied at 21. Makala with the serve. Pizzo going upside to Mallers, and Mallers slams it down and in. And all of a sudden, the Foresters are up by 1. And Judson will use their last timeout of the set with the Huntington Foresters up 22-21, and something we just talked about, Cody. You said it, just a little run as they take a few straight points here. Good effort by the Foresters as they're only 3 points away from taking this second set. You got to like what you've seen so far out of the Foresters.
Just got to keep the foot on the gas pedal and keep executing.
I say execution is going to be key. And something we haven't seen out of the Foresters in this third and final game is we haven't seen any penalties. I haven't seen them, hitting the net or getting really too many double touches. If it has, it's been the typical some you can't even handle. But the minor mistakes, the Foresters have been able to really clean it up throughout the day. And you have to like what Coach Settle has done with these ladies throughout the day. We've seen them grow so much.
So much youth on this Forester team have just grown up today.
Sarah Vakala, the 5'8" freshman from Fremont, Indiana, is going to serve it off for the Foresters. Nice serve there. As Jensen will get it on the opposite side. Piezo going left side to Rose. And somehow Lesnar keeps it in. Foresters will try it again. Rose says second time's a charm. And they're calling it in. And that's going to be 23-21. And Vakala hits that one into the net.
Can't give away the easy points like that, Logan.
Foresters lead by 1 here at the end of the second set. And this one's going to be a barn burner. 2 more points is all the Foresters need. Bartolome gets that one off. Piazza going to Mallers. It's blocked by Jensen, stays in. Todd goes for the hit. Cobb's right there, though. Beaver with a big hit. Lesnar able to keep it alive. Piazza puts a nice one up for Mallers, and she slams it in. Set point now for the Foresters as Gurwell and Hubby enter for Beaver and Pizzo. Hubby gonna try to serve this set out for the Foresters. Jensen trying to hit it over. Cobb's right there. Hubby setting it up to Mallers on the opposite side. It gets tipped by Jensen. Here comes Todd coming back strong. That goes out of bounds. And the Foresters take this second set 25-22. Foresters go up 2-0 over the Judson Eagles. We'll be back with third set action here from Platt Arena. This is FDN Sports on the Forester Digital Network. Welcome back to Platte Arena as we're getting set for the third set here on this third and final game for the Foresters. As your Huntington Lady Foresters lead this one 2-0 over the Judson University Eagles. Hi everyone, I'm Logan Hunt. Alongside me, I have Cody Smith. We've been calling the games all day long for you. And if you haven't noticed, we've been keeping you also updated on all of our social networking sites. Victor McCarty, our own director, has been doing a fantastic job of that. Make sure you follow our Twitter account at FDN Sports, and make sure you go to Facebook, follow that at Forester Digital Network. As we're getting ready to get this third set underway, Cody, what did you like out of the Foresters in that second set?
The way they were able to utilize their bigger lineups and take advantage of their Grace Smith out there. The bigger lineups seem to be the most useful lineup the Foresters have used all day.
And we are underway here. Cruz just gets a little mishit there. And the Eagles will take the first point of this third set. Bartolome with the serve. Cobb gets underneath that one nicely. Medic will keep it into play. Lesnar getting blocked at the net by Josie Beaver. As now we will see Brittany Rose come in for Kate Cobb. Kelsey Cruz back to serve for the Foresters. Cruz, nice dig there. Rose tried keeping it alive. Just a little bit of miscommunication there on the part of the Foresters, but good hustle. As we see Kate Cobb come back in the game for Kelsey Cruz.
We haven't seen a lot of miscommunication problems since the first game of the day. Foresters have really done a nice job of cleaning that up throughout the evening.
Simonelli now with the serve. Cobb going out to Rose. Rose just misfires that one. We haven't said that too often either. It's Rose misfiring. She's been very solid all day long. Simonelli now with the serve again. The Pew going on the ground for that one. Medic gets stuffed by Jensen right at the line. Good job by Rose keeping it alive, and Cobb just hits that one over, putting a little too much power on it. As Coach Settle's telling now her ladies, settle down, here we go, let's get it started. So now we see Rose again on the left side, and she misfires again, doesn't quite get it down. As it's 5-1, the Judson Eagles with an early lead on the Foresters to start this third set. Beaver gets it slammed right back in her face by Jensen, and Coach Settle's forced to call an early timeout here in this third set. Cody, what is going on with the Foresters?
They're not communicating very well. They need to just execute. They need to just find a way to prevail and somehow stop the bleeding to prevail in this third and final set, possibly.
I say the Foresters are looking, hopefully, to make this their final set, but the Eagles, it looks like, have other plans as the Eagles are soaring through the Forest right now as they lead 6-1. And the Foresters had some really good looks. You had Brittany Rose with just a few misfires. And like I said, we haven't seen that almost at all today. She's been rock solid. She's been a great senior leader for these Foresters. I like the timeout called by Coach Settle to make sure to get these ladies kind of down in check. Just tell them, hey, it's still early. We got time. You know, keep your head in it. Let's get out of here in 3. You guys are better than they are. Let's get it going. As now we're going to get this third set back underway and looking to see the Foresters get maybe a little pep in their step and get back going.
Generally, after timeouts, the Foresters have just came out rock solid, so let's see if they can continue that.
Simonelli now to serve for the Eagles. as Medic gets that one in. And Medic starting it out strong for the Foresters. As now we're going to have a few substitutions. Vakali coming in for Medic. Also, Depew will exit, and for her will be Audrey Mallers. Vakali now back to serve for the Foresters. Looking to spark a run here. Jensen going hard on the opposite side. And they're going to say that one touched the back line and in. Nice play there by Emily Jensen and the Eagles. Natalie Rika back to serve. Audrey Miles with a huge hit. Simon Ellie keeping it alive though. Beaver doing a great job on the boards there. Not much falling. As Brianna Todd slams that one home. 8-2 now is the lead for the Eagles as Rika serves off for Judson. Bezo setting up Beaver. She tries to tap it through. It's not there. McCauley just mishandles that dig. And the Foresters are in some deep trouble right now, as now we're going to see Medic come in for Vakala. The Foresters need to get themselves back on track because they find themselves in a 7-point deficit. Audrey Mallers with a big slam. Handled nicely by Rika. Lesnar gets a hit at the net. Mallers tried again, and that one somehow stays up by the Eagles. Great job there, as the Foresters just can't keep it in play. And the Eagles showing great effort and a little bit of luck.
They're just not playing the way they have been early in this game.
Rico with the great serve there. So we see Rose try to sneak it in. It's not happening. Good dig there by Medic. Cobb going to the ground. Rose going to the ground. Beaver keeping it alive. Mad scramble for the ball. Lesnar will hit it hard. Beaver hits that one out. Couldn't quite find a body, and that point goes to the Eagles.
Looks like the Foresters early here in the third set have a big hole to climb.
Rico with the serve, and Medic hitting that one out. It's 12-2 now. The Foresters deficit hits double digits at 10 points. The Eagles have just been on point so far. Rose with a big hit. And they're going to say it wasn't on the right side of the net. Coach Settle's trying to get her troops set here. And miscommunication there, as Coach Settle will take another timeout as the lead has just keeps growing. It's 14-2 now in this third set. Not at all like what the Foresters wanted to happen.
Not at all. I think during this timeout, I think Coach will just tell them to settle down, keep their composure. It's not over, and they will be able to climb back into this game and hopefully get the win.
Let's say right now the Foresters need to just take it 1 point at a time. They've had some good looks, just haven't been able to capitalize on it. And we can't downplay the Judson Eagles play so far. I mean, they've just been stuffing them here and there. They've been having some really good looks, and a lot of it's come from right there at the net by Emily Jensen. She's been a dominating presence so far for the Eagles. So it's definitely going to be an exciting third set if the Foresters can get themselves back in it. They're not going to give up. We haven't seen them give up all year long. They're still in this one, and we got to remember they're up 2-0. I mean, they're playing right now as the top dog, and that might have gotten to their head a little bit. Everything was coming a little easy in those first 2 sets, and this third set's not going to be a gimme. Justin's not going to roll over and give it to them, and that's something they're going to have to remember for the rest of this third set. We'll see Natalie Rica back to serve now for Judson. Pizzo does a nice job keeping that one in play. Lesnar going strong at the Foresters. Audrey Maurer is able to hit that one off of Jensen out of bounds. And there's a point for the Foresters to stop the streak. So now we'll see Hubby and Girlwell come in for Pizzo and Beaver. Hubby now back to serve. Great serve there. Todd getting stuffed at the net by Rose. Cobb going to the ground for that one. And Rose couldn't quite handle that one. Hard set from across the floor. Rose and Hubby tried. 15-3 now. The Eagles lead the Foresters. And we'll have Kara Tyrell back to serve. And she gets herself an ace off a little bit of miscommunication. Cobb went for it, but just couldn't quite get there. Tyrell again with the serve. And Gerwell puts it right into Jensen and down for the score.
Someone on this Forster team has to be able to start a run and get this game under control.
We'll see Kate Cobb now back to serve for the Foresters. Donnell puts it right into the chest of Cobb. And Cruz tries to get it over the net from all the way outside, but couldn't quite do it. 17-4 so far. This set's going all the way to the Judson side. They are just dominating this third set. We see Molly Stutter gonna get her signature running start here. Mallers with a big hit that goes in. Point for the Foresters. Now Audrey Mallers will come out and Katie Depew will enter for her. Katie Depew now back to serve for the Foresters. Donnell getting stuffed by Gerwell. Copping this one right into Hubby. Hubby going to Cruz on that left side. Simonelli was waiting for her though. Cobb with a great recovery there on the outside. Great shot by Medic. That one will fall for the Foresters. The Foresters slowly trying to claw their way back into this one. Still down by 11. Once again, Cobb getting that one in. Lesnar getting stuffed by Cruz. Cruz thought it was in, but referees call it out.
Lead back up to 12.
Lesnar now with the serve. Nice hit there for the Eagles, keeping it all alive. Nice little tap over there for the Eagles and Smith as the lead has grown to 13, 19-6. Eagles in full command. We see Taylor Lesnar now. Hits the net on that one. Giving a little bit of life to the Foresters as Hubby and Gerwell exit. Beaver and Pizzo in for them. The Foresters in desperate need of a run. Pizzo gets that one over cleanly. Hugh with the nice dig. And it's just getting it over. Donnell hits it off of Beaver and out of bounds. Point to Judson. As the Eagles are just 5 points away from taking this third set. Bartolome now back to serve. Beaver tries flipping it over. It's not there. Nice block there by Beaver to get it down and in. Forster still showing some life. Cruz now back to serve for Huntington. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice hit there by Brianna Todd, just a little long. Cruz still serving for the Foresters. So now we'll see Cobb come in for Cruz. Simonelli to serve. Rose still making her presence known even from a far kill. As Depew exits in for Audrey Mallers. Sarah Vicali also in for Heather Medich. Vicala to serve for the Foresters. And that one hits the net.
And points are desperate like they are for the Foresters. You can't let the easy ones go.
So we see Natalie Rica to serve. Beaver with a hard hit at Simonelli, and nothing she can do about that one. So lead still 22-11. Eagles on top as we see Hubby and Gerwell come in for Beaver and Pizzo. Hubby with the serve. Todd with a great hit. Cobb keeping it alive. And Cobb couldn't quite lay out for that one. That point's going to the Eagles. Pair of substitutions as we see Kara Tyrell in for the Eagles to serve. Rose gets that one to fall though for the Foresters. They aren't out yet. Cruz coming in for Rose. 23-12.
See if they can get a big run here and climb back into this ball game.
Cobb with the serve. Audrey Mallers gets it blocked right at the net by Emily Jensen. And we're looking at set point now for the Judson Eagles, looking to take their first set of the match. It'll be Molly Stutter with the serve. And she hits that one into the net. It's Katie Depew will enter now for Audrey Mallers. Also, Heather Medich comes in for Sarah Vicali. Depew's serve barely makes it over. Cobb with a nice dig there. And that one's going into the net there. Foresters gain a few easy points. Still set point for the Eagles. They lead by 10. Depew with the serve for the Foresters. And Cobb can't try and handle that one, as that will end this third set. The Eagles beating the Foresters 25-14 on that third set. However, the Foresters still lead 2-1. We'll be back with the fourth set here. This is FDN Sports on Forster Digital Network. Welcome back to Platte Arena. We're getting ready to start this fourth set of action where we just saw the Huntington University Lady Forsters get trounced by the Judson Eagles in that third set. However, the Forsters do have a 2-1 set lead. I want to thank you for tuning into the Forster Digital Network. If you cannot get to this, however, please follow us on Twitter. It's at FDN_sports or at Facebook at Forster Digital Network. So we're getting ready to start this fourth set of action. We'll have Pizzo back with the serve. And Beaver couldn't quite get a hold of that one, as Judson will get the first points on the board for the Eagles.
Forsters somehow have to get their confidence back up and just keep their composure down and somehow get through this.
Big hit by Beaver, handled nicely by Bartolome. Depew going on the ground with a nice dig there. Cruz left side hit. Simonelli handles it. Piezzo going to Medic. Not quite there. Cobb stops Todd's kill as Medic tries getting it there. It's not there. Piezzo going to Medic. Medic tries going long. It's not there either. Long rally here. Nice block there by Beavers. Read it beautifully to tie this one up 1-1.
Beavers kind of quiet in the third set. Let's see if she can heat up here in the fourth set and get the Forsters to victory.
As now it seems that the Lady Forsters are complaining about a light from a camera, saying that there was a light that was flashing them in their eyes. But that problem is resolved and Forsters will continue. Todd with a big hit, gets blocked by Beaver. And Miscommunication by Judson will lead to a point for the Foresters. They're coming out a lot stronger in this fourth set than in the third set. Kelsey Cruz with the serve. Todd with a big hit, blocked by Beaver again. Depew can't quite handle Rika's hit. That point will go to the Eagles. As we see Rika back to serve now. Rose with a big hit. Just a little too big. It goes deep. And they're going to have to get her going. She was a key factor for them in those first two sets. And that's going to be a reach over there. As Emily Jensen was far over the net. Points going to Huntington. Audrey Mallers will enter the game now for Katie Depew. Now we're going to have Heather Medich serving that one off. And Taylor Lesnar with a big hit. Couldn't quite keep it on the insides of the poles. Another easy point for the Foresters. They take the lead 4-3 early here in the fourth set. Todd with a big hit. Good recovery by the Foresters. Maller's just keeping it alive. Cobb able to get in front of that one. Hazel going to the ground. Cobb gets it over. Forster's going to reset now. And big hit there for Jensen and the Eagles. See Heather Medich coming out. Sarah Vakala coming in for the Foresters. And now we see Kara Tyrell back to serve. Audra Mowers gets it stuffed right back at her by Donnell. And that one's going to stay in. Give the points to the Eagles. A little bit of trickery tried there for the Foresters. It's not working. Somehow, Foresters keep it up, but to no prevail.
Tell you what, Logan, you gotta love the hustle, but you gotta be able to execute and communicate well out there.
Yeah, it's exactly right, Cody. As now we see Kara Tyrell back to serve. Rose with a big hit, and that one drops for her.
One more fight out of the Foresters here in the fourth set. Something we didn't see in the third set, Logan.
Exactly. Kerwell and Hubby coming in for Beaver and Pizzo. And the Foresters looking extremely better than they did last set. Looking a lot more focused, like you said, Cody. Hubby with a nice serve there. Eagles keeping it into play. And Gerwell just with her little tap over has been getting Judson all night long, and it continues to get him. Hubby with the serve. Lesnar tries to slam that one over, but it's not working. Met the brick wall of the Foresters. And just like that, the Foresters hold a slight lead, 7-6. Donnell tries to look, but Cobb is there to deny her. Rose with the hit gets stuffed there by Jensen at the line. Hubby goes to Mallers. Mallers sat over. Nice dig there by Rika. Nice block again by Gerwell. Donnell with the big hit. And that one goes down and in. Long rally prevails for the Eagles. Now we'll see Molly Studer with the hit. Lesnar with the big hit. Burwell and Rose can't quite handle it. Coach Settle barking out instructions now to the Foresters. So we see Stutter again with the long run there. Hubby going to Rose. Rose drops it in beautifully in between all of the Eagles.
That seems to just be working every time.
Tied at 8 now in this fourth set.
Neck and neck here in the fourth set.
We have Cobb now back to serve for the Foresters. She gets a nice boot on that one. Donnell going to try to sneak it in. Cruz going to the ground for it. Mallers gets a hit on it. Audrey Mallers again. And Simonelli cannot handle it. Audrey Mallers putting a little heat on that one. Kate Cobb to serve for the Foresters. Donnell again stuffed at the net there by Gurwell. Mallers again! Right through the hands of Simonelli and Tyrell. Mallers will not be denied as the Foresters take a 2-point lead here in the fourth set. And Cruz wants in on the action from that left side as she gets a nice slam. And the Foresters going on a nice little run on themselves as they lead this fourth set 11-8 over the Eagles. Cody, what have you seen so far of the Foresters that have given them the edge?
Just executing everything, keeping their composure, not letting them climb back into this game and tie up the series.
I say the Foresters definitely want to just end it now. They don't want to take this to a 5-setter. They've just had won the previous game. They did come out with the win in that one. A lot of momentum riding off of that Roosevelt win. But now they just want to let's just take it home in 4 sets. You're ahead 11-8 right now, almost halfway through the set. Foresters have to like at least where they're sitting. They've had a lot of great effort from Beaver and especially now from Mallers. We've seen a lot of great play from the Foresters as they look to definitely keep it up. Now, if you're the Eagles, you have to look at it from the standpoint of we've been here, we know what they are. We dominated the last set. We just got to get right back into it. And I like what they're doing now is they're bringing in Grace Smith, the 6'4" sophomore, right up front. She caused problems all day for the Foresters. Cobb, though, back to serve to get us going. Donnell with the big slam and just a bit too big for her liking as that one flies out of bounds. Donnell will try it again. This time it's smacked out of bounds by Mallers. And a point will go to the Eagles as they stop the run there by the Foresters. 12-9, Foresters on top. Lesnar with the serve. Hubby going left side to Cruz. Cruz gets smacked back at her by Grace Smith, like we just mentioned. Cause problems all days. 6'4", that's hard to hit against. And that's showing so far. Lesnar with the serve. Maller's gonna try, and this one she hits down into the net. Set was just a bit too low for her as the Eagles have climbed back within 1. Hubby going to Cruz on that left side, and it goes out of bounds. And we're tied at 12 now in this fourth set. Cruz tries just getting it in. It's not quite there. Donnell can't get it over the net. And the Foresters come out of that one with the point as we see Katie Depew in for Audrey Mallers. Also, we see Heather Medich in for Sarah Vakala. Depew to serve for the Foresters. We're halfway through the set. Donnell again with the big hit. Cobb gets a hand on it as that ball goes into the bleachers. Nice effort, though, by the Foresters to at least make an attempt at it. We'll see Bartolome to serve for the Eagles. And that one does not make it over the net. Foresters get an easy point as Hubby and Girlwell will exit. Pizzo and Beaver will come in. Pizzo to serve for the Foresters. And Grace Smith with a huge hit. Nothing you can do about that. So now she will come out of the ballgame. In for her will be Emily Jensen. Not losing too much size. Jensen 6'1" in herself. Simonelli with the serve. And that one short again. 2 straight services short for the Eagles, just giving points away to the Foresters. As we see Kelsey Cruz now in to serve for the Foresters as the Foresters hold a 1-point lead. Jensen able to slam that through the hands of Beaver and down for a score. All tied up at 15.
Here in the 4th set, they just keep going back and forth. Someone has to stop the bleeding and just keep going.
Natalie Rika now gonna put this one into play. Rose just with the tap over. Lesnar with the big hit. The Foresters can't handle it. That point is going to Judson as all of a sudden momentum has completely shifted to Judson's side. Pew getting it to Pizzo. Pizzo to Medic. Medic goes along on the hit as now Coach Settle has seen enough and she has called a timeout for the Foresters. And oh my golly, this just keeps getting more and more crazy, Cody. First, the Foresters were on top. We're talking about them maybe taking it in 4, and now we see them down 2 as we're nearing, the end of this 4th set. The Eagles lead 17-15. What do the Foresters need to do?
Foresters really should try to utilize Beaver some more, get her in there, give her some looks, get her going, get the momentum back on their side, and pull away with this.
I think that's going to be easier said than done with the height of Grace Smith and Emily Jensen filling up the middle of the net for the Eagles. We've seen those two both be dominant presences for the Eagles. We also seen Brianna Todd and also Taylor Lesnar both just with haymakers coming from the left side and the opposite side. I mean, there's only so much Foresters can do, but I'm feeling Coach Settle has a game plan. She'll make them execute it. And if the Foresters really would like to end it right here in 4 sets and not take it the full length to 5.
They definitely do not want to let the Eagles get back in this and tie up the series. Get it done in 4.
Natalie Rika back to serve for Judson. Beaver with the big hit, just like you predicted, Cody, getting her involved early.
Got to get her going.
Audrey Mallers now in for Katie Depew. Heather Medich back to serve for the Foresters. And Jensen gets it hit back at her by Beaver, and just like that, we're tied at 17. And Cody, you definitely predicted this. Beaver, 2 straight points for the Foresters. She's back involved.
Got to utilize the height when you have it.
So we see Todd going for a long hit there. And
Medic, let that one go.
I say Medic just couldn't quite keep her hands off of it there. So now we see Sarah Vakala in for Heather Medic. Kara Tyrell now in for the Eagles. She will be serving. as we get a few substitutions sorted out here. And here we go, Tyrell gonna get us going. Beaver has to stretch for that one, and it's blocked right at the net there by Jensen and Donnell. Good job there by the Eagles. Bezo going to Mueller's right down the middle. That one's going to ricochet out of bounds. Point given to the Foresters as Beaver and Pizzo check out. Checking in will be Gurwell and Hubby. Hubby back to serve. Simonelli gets her hands on it. Going to the right side to Lesnar, and she conks that one out of bounds, and we're tied back at 19, nearing the end of this fourth set. Hubby with the serve. Going to Lesnar again on that opposite side. It's not there. McCauley just does enough to get it over. Cobb with a great dig there. Rose trying to make her presence known. Can't quite get it there. Hubby sets up Maulers. It's not there either. Donnell with the big hit. Cobb stays underneath it. Hubby going to the left side to Rose. She gets a hit away from her. Jensen tries to hit it down. Collision by Vakala and Cobb in the backcourt. Now Hubby going left side again to Rose. She gets a hit away from her. Bodies flying everywhere, and still the rally's going. Donnell with the big hit. Hubby keeping it alive. Mahler's going opposite side to Rose. Rose can't quite tap it in. Lesnar with a big hit, and that goes out of bounds. Point to the Foresters. And the Judson Eagles have called a timeout as the Foresters lead late in this fourth set, 20-19. Cody, what just happened on that whole rally?
The momentum shifted like we've been talking about all day. It's all about momentum.
The momentum shifts due largely in part to the great hustle of every single Foresters. Bodies were flying everywhere. There's collision by Cobb and Vakali in the back. It didn't seem to matter. You saw Hubby go to the ground. You saw Maulers and Gurwell, also Rose. They all kept their composure. They kept playing as a team, and that's what you like to see out of the Foresters. That's what's gotten them this far. And it's nothing that the Eagles can even hang their heads on. I mean, that was just a great all-out play. Great volleyball by both sides of the ball. And you gotta just be happy with it. A little bit unlucky that Lesnar launches that one out, but still, great play as we're gonna get into the tail end here of the fourth set, and it's gonna be a great one like we've been saying. Been two good sets. One set where the Eagles kind of blew out the Foresters, but this one's shaping up to be a great one.
One more good run and this could be over.
Hubby with the serve. Donnell with the hit. That one hits off of Maulers and out of bounds. Points to the Eagles. That timeout seemed to work for Judson. Now we see Stutter gonna serve for the Eagles, tied at 20. McCauley can't quite get a hold of that one as that one goes out of bounds. Point to the Eagles.
You probably should have let that one go, Logan.
Stutter, we're gonna serve it away again. Cobb gets a hold of that one. Mahler's going on the opposite side, and that one is gonna be in. And Cruz comes in now for Brittany Rose. For the Foresters, we're tied at 21. Cobb to serve now for the Foresters. Nice serve there. Donnell with the big hit, and it goes out of bounds. But they're going And they're gonna say there was a deflection off of Vakala, and they're gonna give the point. They're gonna give the point now to Judson. Judson will go up 22-21. As Coach Settle would like just an explanation there. It'll be Taylor Lesnar to serve nonetheless for Judson. Mahlers trying to sneak it in on the opposite side. It's not there. Donnell going for the big hit. Cobb's right there to stop it. Cruz with a big hit, and that goes down. 22-22. As now we have Katie DePew coming in and Heather Medic coming in for Vakali and for Mahlers. DePew back to serve now.
It's 3 points away, Logan.
Donnell going for the hit. Cobb's right there to stop him. Hubby with a good set. Medic puts it where no one's at to give the Foresters the late lead, 23-22. 2 more points for the Foresters. That's all they need. DePew with the serve. Donnell barely gets it over. Gerwell tapping it over. Donnell going for the tap, and it hits the net. It's no good. Looking at a set point, game point now for the Foresters. They're up 24-22. DePew to try to serve this game out. Just sneaks over. Donnell goes for the hit. Cobb with the dig. Hubby keeping it alive. Cruz with the big hit, and that goes out of bounds. Got a little antsy there. Still game and set point for the Foresters. They're up by 1. Bartolome now in the serve for Judson. DePew gets under it. Hubby goes to Medic. It gets blocked. It's coming back. Hubby going cross court to Girlwell. She'll keep it alive. Todd getting it up, and that one will go out. And Judson holds on from the game point to tie it up at 24. And now we have a timeout by Coach Suttle. Oh goodness, Cody. What a set this 4th one has been. As just when you think that the Force have all the momentum, we're gonna send it home. Just a few errors here and there. Bring us to a tie ball game at 24. Just explain to me what all is going to happen next.
They're just going to be, they have to stay focused, be aware, get Beaver more, let her heat up and get the game point and seal the deal.
So the Foresters are going to have to rally around teamwork. Judson came back. They have a little pep in their step. They seem ready to go. And the Foresters are the ones that are going to have to answer with them. Tied at 24. It'll be Bartolome to serve away for the Eagles. Good job here. The Foresters are going to just keep it alive. Smith going for the hit, and they're calling that one in, saying to hit the back line, and now Judson's looking at a set point. Bartolome to serve for the set. Medic with a big hit coming through as a senior leader. As now we'll see Beaver and Pizzo come in for Girlwell and Hubby.
See if Beaver can heat up here late and prevail.
Tied at 25. The Foresters looking at 2 quick points and put them away. Pizzo to serve. Denied there, Smith is by Beaver. Big hit again. Medic trying to stiff it over, it's not there. Todd finds open space and gets it there for Judson. As Judson goes up by 1 and they're faced with another set point. Simonelli gonna be serving this one off. DePew gets a nice dig there. Medic Tries to slam it in. It's not there. Comes Todd again. Cruz will get there. Beaver gets it down. Nothing going, though. Todd again with the hit, and that goes in. And that will be set point as the Eagles take that one 27-25, and we are going to a fifth set tiebreaker. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. This is FDN Sports on the Forster Digital Network. Welcome back to Platte Arena as we're entering another fifth set. Fantastic finish here for the Huntington Foresters. Foresters did win just their last game against Roosevelt in 5 sets, and they're looking to do it now against the Judson University Eagles. The Huntington University took the first 2 sets, and then Judson stormed back, taking the last 2. Hit this 5th set. Foresters ready to get going. I'm Logan Hunt. Alongside me, my colleague Cody Smith. This is the Forster Digital Network. And the Foresters look ready. They look poised and ready to go to get this 5th and final set under the way. Just a reminder that they go to 15 points, not 25. Here comes Pizzo, ready to get it going. And Smith just barely missing that one out. And that first point will go to the Foresters. Piezzo to serve again. This time Todd's going to try to get in on the action. It's not there. Left side now to Cruz, and Cruz gets that one to drop in. Foresters out to a quick 2-0 lead.
Early 2-0 lead there, Logan.
Pizzo now putting that one over. Smith gets ejected by Beaver, and Beaver coming through in the 5th set again. Foresters coming out hot so far, and that's why I said hot. H-O-T, hot. Cobb with a nice dig there. Cruz looking to put it away, not quite there. As she'll try it again. Here comes Todd. Cobb right there though. Piezo going to Medic. Medic gets rejected. Long rally now for the Foresters. Beaver just gets it over. Lesnar hits it. And Depew's just gonna hit it over and reset. Here comes Todd on the hit in that left side, and that's too good for the Foresters to handle. First points on the board for the Eagles in this 5th set. Simonelli to serve. Beaver with the big hit, partially ejected by Jensen. Todd going for the hit, it's not there. Pizzo back to Beaver, it's blocked right in the middle. Beaver sends it over to Cruz. And that will go out of bounds. That was Natalie Rica hitting it long. As now we'll have Brittany Rose in for Kate Cobb for the Foresters. Cruz with the serve. Jensen going big, and it's not there. Beaver read it beautifully and rejected it. Right back in bounds for the score.
Beaver's been everywhere tonight.
5-1, Foresters on top. They're a third of the way there. Todd going for the big hit. Foresters keeping it alive. Depew gets it back over cleanly. Todd again with the hit. This time the Foresters couldn't keep it down. Todd showing great senior leadership there for the Eagles. Rika now with the hit. Pizzo going to Rose, and Rose had to stretch for that one and hits it into the net. And here come the Eagles flying back into pace.
Gotta find a way to stop their momentum there, Logan.
Rose again will go long, not quite there. Simonelli just hits it over. Piezo to set it up with Beaver, and she finds the sweet spot. Audrey Mallers entering the game now for Katie Depew. As we have Heather Medic back to serve, but now Judson calling a timeout as the Forester leads 6-3. What have you seen so far out of the Foresters that you like?
I like their aggression out there. I like how they're just staying composed. They've been through 5 sets, including last night, so they know what it takes to win a 5-setter.
Well, we saw even last night the Foresters came out very quick, but then they let Grace kind of work their way back into it. And now this time, last game against Roosevelt, Foresters came out swinging and completely took control of the set. And so far, we've seen that in this one. So you got to be optimistic about the Foresters' chances on taking this 5th set as they lead by 3. Only 9 points away. Seems like a lot, but runs can go by very quickly. As Heather Medic back to serve for the Foresters. Medic with the long serve. Going opposite side there to Todd. It's not there. Maller's hitting it hard. Nice dig there by Rika to keep it in. Rose, nice hit over. As now Todd's gonna try to slam that one in. It's not there. Cobb with a routine dig. Rose with a big hit. Simonelli there though. Calling a double hit now on the Eagles. Point going to the Foresters. Medic to serve again. Nice long serve. This time Todd's going hard on the opposite side, blocked by Beaver. Lesnar gonna try her luck on the opposite side. It's not there. Mallers just hits that one out of bounds. Point going to the Eagles. We'll see Kara Tyrell in to serve as Heather Medic will exit the game. In for her will be Sarah McCullough. And Tyrell's ready to serve. Cobb gets that one over nicely. Donnell with the big hit. And that stays in to give the Eagles a score. Seven to 5, Forster still on top. Somehow, Eagles keeping it going. And the Eagles prevail in that net battle again. As we see Heather Medic coming in for Sarah Vakala.
Eagles have found their way back in this game. Forcers have to find a way to stop that.
Tyrell with the serve. Cobb getting it over now. Lesnar gets it smacked right back at her by Beaver. Beaver telling her, not in my house. As now they're gonna be switching sides as we get halfway through the set. 8 to 6, your Foresters leading the Lady Eagles of Judson University. And Beaver and Pizzo will exit the game. In for them will be Hubby and Gurwell. Hubby gonna go back to serve. Big hit by Donnell, and that one stays in for the score. Here comes Stutter with the serve. Medic gets a hold of that one. Hubby comes back to it. Mahlers just has to keep it going. Cobb does a great job laying out for that one as Rose gonna get a big hit. It's tipped, and point going to the Foresters as Rose comes out. Cruz will enter for her. Cobb back to serve for the Foresters. Donnell putting a hit on it. Gurwell can't quite keep it in. And the Eagles answer with a point of their own. Lesnar now gonna serve off for Judson. Hubby gonna set up Mahlers. Great dig there by Tyrell. Cobb staying under it. Gurwell's hit will stay down. Nice score there for the Foresters as Mahlers comes out and Depew will enter for her.
5 points away, Logan.
Only 5 points. Foresters lead 10 to 8. Depew with the serve. Donnell with the hit. Cobb smartly lets it go. Wise decision there by Cobb to give an easy point there for the Foresters. Depew with the serve now, keeping it short. Going back to Donnell. Donnell gets it stuffed at the net. Hubby going to Medic. Medic sneaks that one over. It's handled, though, by the Eagles. Lesnar going long. And Cobb's forced to just hit this one over. Nice hit. Not quite there. Medic going big. And that one goes out of bounds. Score now for the Foresters. And Judson's forced to call a timeout. As the Foresters lead this one 12-8. Cody only 3 points away. And the Foresters could take this one home in a long 5-set match. You got to like their chances in this one.
Just got to keep their foot on the gas.
And say, I like the lineup that they've had so far. They keep being aggressive. Well, everyone, really for the Foresters, don't seem to be shying away from the ball. Everyone wants to get in there. They want the spotlight. They want to take on the hit. And you got to love that about the Foresters. They're still diving for balls. And, you know, it's almost 8 o'clock here. They've played, this is their third game, second, fifth setter, and they're still jumping on the ground. You got to love the passion for the game, the passion for the sport that these ladies have.
Also, a way they've just been communicating out there.
Katie Depew will be back to serve now for the Foresters.
I continue to communicate to get this.
Left side to Donnell, and Donnell slams that home for Judson. Foresters still showing life. Eagles still trying to soar through the forest. Bartolome now to serve. Cobb gets right underneath it. Hubby going to Medic. Medic slams it right at Bartolome, and she can't handle that one. 13-9, the Foresters on top as we see Beaver and Pizzo coming in for Gurwell and Hubby. You can just feel the crowd getting ready to explode anytime Josie Beaver enters this ball game. Pizzo with the serve. Great hit there by Brianna Todd and the Eagles. Cobb got a hand on it, but just couldn't quite get it up. As we'll see, Simonelli to serve for the Eagles. 13-10, Foresters still on top. Beaver with the slam, handled nicely by Bartolome. Lesnar gets hit on it. Pizzo putting it up for Beaver. It gets rejected. And somehow Depew's little snap in goes in, and we're looking at game point. 14-10, the Foresters on top. Brittany Rose comes in now for Kate Cobb as the Foresters look to finish this off. Kelsey Cruz in to serve. Cruz keeping it alive. Piezo going to Medic. Medic just going to keep this one up. Going outside now to Todd. Cruz and Depew can't keep their hands on it as Cobb enters for Cruz now. Natalie Rica now to serve for the Eagles. Still game point for the Foresters. Piezo setting up Rose on that side. It goes in! And the Foresters win this 5-set thriller against the Judson Lady Eagles. What a game that was, Cody.
That was a crazy one there, Logan. Came right down to the wire.
Two 5-setters that the Foresters take home back-to-back. Gotta love what these Lady Foresters have done. That will do it, however, for myself, Logan Hunt, and Cody Smith. I want to thank our own Victor McCarty and Katie up on camera for making this production possible. This is FDN Sports on the Forester Digital Network.